Hello, welcome to Shurima Cup Day 2, Tier 4 Clash. I am very quickly learning about a really severe downside to Tier 4 Clash, which is it starts around my dinner time. I barely ate. I am going to be extremely hungry at the end of this, but it's worth it. Okay, let's actually get down into it. I'm going to keep everything up. And because I was downstairs eating, I unfortunately did not have time to set up. But that's all fine. We don't need to we don't need to concern ourselves with such trifles as food, because we're casting League today. All right, let's get a quick preview of the round one opponents here for team. I believe it is no longer Team Gay, but Team TRE. Okay, we have a gold 1 player, Juicy. Is this still Tier 4 Clash? It is still Tier 4 Clash, okay. So we're looking at Bronze 2, Silver 4, Gold 1, Silver 4, Silver 4. Which is quite surprising, because I imagine the Gold 1 player, which is actually the Camille. The Camille here is Gold 1, which is significantly higher than everybody else. I would have anticipated a team with a Gold 1 player to be in something like Tier 3. That being said, rank doesn't actually matter that much in Clash. It doesn't necessarily need to be like some sort of it's not necessarily indicative of a winning game, for example. It's very possible for team coordination to trump LP advantages by pretty significant margins too. Tier 1 Clash that's really well coordinated could be all Plas and they can beat the team full of diamonds. It comes down to this, right? The skill differential, I do think, is quite severe, actually. Because Gold 1 to High Bronze to Low Silver is a really significant gap. It's almost 2 whole divisions. Gold 1 is close to Plat. I'm shocked that a player like this is in Tier 4. But we'll see. So it's possible that it could be a wash just based on the LP. But I'm never one to really pay attention to that. So it sounds weird that I'm saying this out loud. I don't really care about the rank difference. It honestly doesn't make a difference to me. Be it like silver to diamond, you treat every player the same way. And the only difference is a lower rank players tend to leave more holes for you to exploit. If you're a higher rank player, you have smaller windows to punish them, but you play against them all the same. It would be folly to say, well, he's in silver, so I'm going to play super aggro, because that's actually a really quick way to lose. So that's my mantra. It's my personal mantra. Treat all your opponents the same and just play the game. Which is why I stopped looking at elo a long time ago. It doesn't matter whether or not my opponent is high diamond or low gold. I will fight them I will fight them in the same way, no matter what. It just comes down to, in lane, how many windows you can get to punish your opponents, and the higher rank someone is, the less room they'll leave you to punish. But we're gonna get right into it. Game 1, TRE versus OMB, and we'll see who comes up on top in Shurima Cup Day 2. We'll reorganize the scoreboard real quick. There's a Seraphine. That's interesting, actually. I didn't even talk about that. The Seraphine got past banning. And that's Lux Leona bottom lane. Ooh, I'm going to... What rank is Trevor, lol? Well, it doesn't matter. Trevor left them. So, I'm going to go on a limb and say I don't like Lux Leona. Specifically against this matchup. We'll hold that thought. Set takes a little bit of damage. That's actually going to force an early recall. Early recall at this stage, not a big deal at all. You can still make it back to lane. Nothing bad happens. Okay. He's walking out for a ward, but Petal Bear Udyr steps out. Zones him off. But back to the point about Lux Leona. Oh wait, no, you saw the ward there! Oh, he's still staying there. There's a ward there. Yeah, if you know there's a ward there, you probably shouldn't sit there. So the thing about Lux Leona is it leaves you lacking of consistent DPS. Also, what is this scoreboard arrangement? Whoops. This whole team, this entire blue team does not have sustained DPS. If you cannot kill them in one burst, it's over. Set by himself is not sufficient as a damage threat because he cannot access the backline. Not against this team. Camille has the easiest job in the world. Cage the Set, and then the rest of blue team falls apart automatically. You have no significant way of doing DPS aside from like, at best, 6-second damage rotations, and teamfights end in 4. So I really dislike the lack of an actual ADC here from blue team. I don't believe that this draft is built to win past a certain point in the game. If you want to do good things with this comp, you need to abuse the fact that Lux Leona provides extreme amounts of catch potential and leverage that in the mid game. So around the mid game, and this is a strange playstyle because it doesn't play standardly. At some point in the mid game, as soon as you can get towers, as soon as you can secure early objectives or secure some sort of objectives, ride one tempo, grab one herald, push it down one lane, and deal a really decisive blow. It don't have to end the game, but it needs to set the enemy team very far behind, to the point where you now have significant control over the map. And if you have a lot of the map to play around with, you can start setting up really deep vision and getting catches. Because if you make it so that your enemies can't help but have to go to really random places to look for money, they will be feeding themselves into you. But that is probably the most reliable way you want to make a catch comp work. Once it gets to a point where the Jinx hits sufficient items and the Camille hits sufficient items, the game is going to border on unplayable. And there is a tower dive. Ooh, very brave Set. He gets the solo kill. Very stylish. Flash Ignite forward too. Katarina did not blow any summoners, but it doesn't matter because that is a very severe blow to her laning power. Malphite, oh, gets that cheeky TP, he's out of there. Camille doesn't get a catch. She leaves empty-handed. And blue team, they're off to a flying start so far, very impressive. Mid lane getting a beautiful solo kill, and top lane escaped a very precarious situation, and it actually gives out a lot of information as well. Now you know the Kayn is top side, so now the Udyr can take that information and play around it. And because Kayn headed up at the time that he did, it is likely that he did not take Scuttle. It takes way more than 10 seconds to kill that Scuttle Crab. So Udyr responds in kind. He's going to walk into the river and not do the Scuttle. Ooh, you should do the Scuttle. That's a lot of money. That Scuttle camp is worth a lot of money. But that's fine. Udyr instead runs down mid. He wants to contest the bottom river crab. I don't know about this, because this is a lower percentage play here for the Udyr. You know that the top crab is absolutely free because the Kayn could not have taken it. But he is instead going in for an invade, which is fine because he does have bot prio, so bot lane rotates up, zones them off. Meanwhile, Camille up top gets a hook shot in. Udyr smites away. He gets it. Seraphine is bound up and she will have to retreat. So Udyr is now doubling the Kayn's CS because he's farmed twice as many camps. Some of them are in the Kayn's jungle, which adds insult to injury. And he's very far ahead in the jungle matchup here, doing very well for himself. So I must say, early on, very good play here from blue team. A somewhat unnecessary flash out from Malphite, and that's going to secure his death. Yeah, you can't flash that there. You were dead either way, so you had to say flash. So losing flash on top of a death is quite punishing. So now Camille is actually off to a... Well, she wasn't off to a great start, but now she's actually caught back up. She is now 9 CS up. But still, it is fine. Malphite has a very simple job. He just presses R on one guy. But the problem with that is when you press R on one guy, or like press R on the backline, you need DPS to support that. And DPS is something that blue team lacks. You have to play comps in a way that fits your win criteria. And for blue team, they have a very narrow win criteria, and that is to consistently make high tempo plays around the mid game. Just play in a way that does not allow red team to breathe. If red team gets to breathe, and if Kayn gets wiggle room to start assassinating backlines, and Jinx gets a room to free hit, and Camille gets a room to lock down a critical carry, it's over. This is not a comp that can contest that sort of teamfight setup. And I haven't even talked about the Seraphine, which is also going to be such a massive help to making sure that play works. So red team has so much setup, so much potential to win a straight up 5v5 that blue team needs to play in such a way that they cannot be allowed to set that up. And that means make a lot of really good, really fast plays. So you force red team on the reactionary. You make sure they cannot respond and they cannot they cannot do the setup that they want. Now Kayn is gonna come up. Unfortunately, he is level 4. But fortunately, Malphite is not fighting back. So Kayn will just get a little bit of a tickle onto him and walk away, but it is promptly punished. Blue team decides to rotate to Dragon and take it for themselves. Malphite is going to secure some top vision, and oh, he sees a Scuttle with the shield almost done, so Kayn is still up there. So knowing that information, Udyr opts to go take control of boss side, so now he's invading deep, taking the Gromp for himself as well. And Kayn, he's still up here. He's not even scary, like, he's a level 4 Kayn. The longer he's up here, the more EXP he saps away from Camille as well. So he's not hurting just himself, but he's hurting his top laner too, and honestly at this stage in the game, they need to play through their top laner. Camille is going to be a lot of their answer to what blue team wants to do. Camille can pick teams apart, she can isolate targets, she can break apart a team comp, she can anti-pick when blue team is trying for catch picks. And Camille is also just a disgusting champion in general. She has a ton of free damage and she is impossible to itemize against once she gets going, and it's a worthy character to play through. Meanwhile, Katarina is just going to feed some more. As not only is she super far behind in CS, but she's also dying to Set, who is courageous enough to go first item Blade of the Rune King, by the looks of it. Which is a build that definitely works, that I will not comment on in detail. Now Malphite is fully caged up, he has to commit Unstoppable Force. Unfortunately, committing Unstoppable Force instead of waiting out the ultimatum and ulting away means that he is most certainly dead. Just kidding, Camille doesn't understand how to press buttons. So Malphite actually does walk away with his life. So far, blue team are still very high, very up in terms of advantage. Very high up in terms of power compared to their respective laners. Probably except top lane, but Camille is... Camille power spikes off 700 gold and just buys a Sheen. It's crazy. But it's fine, because Malphite just needs to not die. And for the most part, he's done a great job at not dying. Katarina survives with like 2 health. But she might as well be dead. Although, if she wants to bait it, she could. Seth doesn't really have a way to close the gaps on her. He could like queue up and try to face breaker her, but that would be a terrible idea. And he doesn't go for it, which is a smart play. Kayn is standing by. Kayn is thinking that this time I try something stupid. Nope. Kayn's gonna be the first to try something stupid. He's jumping in first. Which is definitely not how you save the Katarina. Just let the Katarina back, Kayn can catch the wave, or better yet, hold the wave. Just let the minions hit you and let Katarina return to lane. And ow, look at this, they're trying for a lane swap. Camille saying, here, I'll take the hyper-fed Set. You go ahead and take the Malphite. The only problem with that is, Camille cannot beat Set. Not while the Set is this far up. Which I believe is a mistake, because now instead of... Now you have you had a clear advantage. You wanted to play the game through Camille because she's currently the only winning lane. But now you say, okay, let's lane swap. So now Camille is actually no longer going to get ahead because this is not the lane where she can play safely in. And you can see that no face breaker to interrupt the hook shot. So Camille gets out, but that's going to be first turret. And that's actually going to be a second charge. This is going to be such a high value herald. And just 11 minutes in, Team TRE is doing actually an amazing play here in the early game. Coordinating very well. Camille gets a counter kill onto the Udyr. Meanwhile, bot lane, the Encore comes through. The Lux is charmed up. The laser will force out the Jinx flash. No one will die. But that was a very tight fight. And Camille does get a counter kill onto the Udyr, but the loss was so severe that the counter kill isn't necessarily backbreaking. They lost the tower. There's a lot more going on to the set. Katarina's quite underfed, still trying to brawl the Malphite. The flash was kind of unnecessary. Meanwhile, there is a solo kill in mid lane. Let's go back and watch that solo kill. This seems kind of spicy. Alright, the hookshot is gonna come down. Set just gets a casual demolish. He's fed enough that he's just disrespecting that. The Haymaker shield, beautiful tank on the turret. And Camille decides to kill herself. And Set does some BM sit-ups and they even sped it up, so he does super fast sit-ups. Are you sure this Camille is gold 1? Is that first, like, I'm not gonna like BM too much, but are you sure that Camille is gold 1? No gold 1 player I know would even try that. Udyr is bear stancing away. Camille teleports in. She wants to make a play happen. She can make a play happen. The hookshot goes onto the Lux, but the heal will keep her safe. Safe and sound. Everything will work out just fine. Light Binding goes out and the set face breakers are back in. And now she's taking a lot of damage. Hookshot is not going to be up soon. That thing has a stupid long cooldown. So Camille turns around and offers herself up to sacrifice. What is she thinking? What is the Jinx thinking? What is any of them thinking? Katarina adds another body to the pile. Triple kill to the set. He has 7 out of their 8 kills. My god. You don't even need to play fast if red team just ints like this. I have no words. This is the... Red team has not put up a very impressive performance. They are down so much. An LCS team could take over red team here and they will still probably lose this game. Which is a gross it's a gross overstatement for sure, but it kind of exacerbates red team's problems. Set is just crushing everybody in terms of CS. And even the Camille, who honestly they had to play through her, she opted to give up all of her lead by facing up against a really strong character. The correct call, 100% of the time, is to just say, okay Cat, don't die anymore. I will try to crush this Malphite as fast as I can. But if she offers herself up into a Set who has first item Blade of the Rune King, which is just a massive power spike early on in the game, you die. Like, there's no better way to put this. Especially considering she doesn't even have one completed item. She doesn't have Divine Thunder done. Hookshot. Oh no! She doesn't flip over the wall! Which means she will have to flash over. Set will match out with his own flash. Does he have Facebreaker up? Yes, he gets it back. Hookshot is still a whiles away. And the Showstopper comes down, slamming her into the ground. And she presses Hextech Ultimatum for some weird reason. Because she wants to put all her skills on cooldown before she dies. And Set gets a very good solo kill. Flash for a flash. And he gets it on top. And now he's actually running into a strange problem where nobody on red team is just worth money anymore. So who really is he going to kill? Set needs a Haymaker shield. He gets the Haymaker shield. And this is just a unmitigated slaughter. GG is called by the Seraphine. Well played. At least she's mannered about it. But that is also an exceptionally early GG. The game does not let you surrender at 14 minutes because the game was not designed for people to int this hard into a full team. And this set is quite safely unkillable. The Camille is going to find someone who might be killable, but even the Udyr just slaps her in the face and walks away. And the Malphite, oh, you don't have to back off, just slap her again. One more auto, there you go. You didn't even get the one more auto. Cool guys don't look at dead cats. Wait. No. Never mind. Go away, says the Udyr. Camille is still hot on his tail. And it's 15 minutes in. Does that mean there's a surrender coming out? Unlikely. Although that being said, yesterday at the Tier 1 clash, there was a 15-minute surrender when the enemy team just got perfect gamed. But it's rare to see a 15-minute surrender, although Camille needs to try to run for it. Now here's another factor I never considered in the Tier 4 cast yesterday, is that people have weaker mentals in lower tier clashes. For example, Seraphine all-chatting GG is something that you will never see almost never see in a higher tier clash. If you believe the game is over, you just kind of surrender it. Because honestly, all-chatting GG early on without even being able to surrender, what do you expect to fulfill with that, really? What are you getting out of this? You're just demoralizing yourselves by kind of admitting, yeah, the game's over. You don't have to say it. You can just keep that to yourself. It's demoralizing, of course, but also It's not like a never say die attitude, because sometimes you should say die. This game, in particular, you need to say die. It's like, all right, we lost. But keep it, for one, keep it to yourself, and two, when you're thinking like that, you're not thinking of ways to come back into the game. Because a 14-2 game is honestly not 100% losable. I have won a few games in my time when the scoreline looked even nastier than this, and you can still win. But by kind of just not playing the game properly anymore, when you allow yourself to lose focus, when you lose one too many fights in the early game, it's very easy to just autopilot, and then you're no longer thinking of solutions to win. Because one thing about Clash, one thing in a semi-competitive environment is you need to try to win at all costs. No matter how you have to play, no matter what you have to do, you have to look for really stupid plays sometimes to try to give yourself the highest percentage, and oftentimes you gotta go for it. Don't surrender before taking a massive risk. Speaking of a massive risk, there's one now, but Seraphine is not able to provide any support. The Encore was already committed, which means Camille dies with no CC remaining. Set is still up, the Triumph heals him up, Katarina jumps in, picks another target, goes on the Leona instead. Can the resets happen? No, she chose the Set to kill. That is not someone that you can kill no matter how low he is. Now he's running after the E-Girl, and the Singer needs to try to run away, but she cannot make it out. The Set sit-ups are there, double kill going over to the Set. It is 18-3, and Set has 13 of those kills. And he's feeling it this game. He's really getting up there. Meanwhile, let's check back in our dear old friend, the gold one, Camille, who is 6 minutes late on Divine Thunder, and no pinks, and a single-digit vision score, which is a thoroughly underwhelming performance. But speaking of single-digit vision scores, there are still a few over. For example, this is something that you never want to see. This number right here. It looks like an exponent, but it's not. Right here and here. If you had that many charges in your wording trinket, you just forgot to word. You should try placing some down. In fact, the low vision scores kind of tell that story. Alright, red team, they might be looking for one more fight. It feels like they are on the verge of just giving up, and there it is, the strike breaker forward, a pullback, and the damage lands. Katarina falls like a domino. Camille is next to go, and with that, really, red team barely fights back as blue team still mostly full health. They can just walk under this tower. Rast comes in to try to make one last second play. He is going to shadow infiltration, the most fed member. Nope, just kidding, he targeted the Woodier instead of the Set. He could have gotten more health back, but it's not like that health matters. Lux will die to the tower, but at the same time, the tower will die to blue team. 13k gold lead is pretty over. This is a pretty doomed game. This is the point where you say, okay, well, nothing we do will work anymore. Let's just give up. But blue team is well, red team rather is not giving up. They still think they can probably not win, but at least stall the game out a little bit for some reason. Now Jinx rocket completely whiffs. Malphite commits a single man ultimate just to take down the 80 carry. The Rast respawns and he flashes in. What is he doing? He doesn't have shadow infiltration. Oh, he's just gonna die. Meanwhile, the Camille gets the infiltration. She does the ultimatum rather. She does kill 2. Set is still alive. Set is still full health. Camille jukes backwards as a flash and hook shots over the wall. But now she is fully not inside her own house, as there are several thieves. Get outplayed, says the Seraphine. But several thieves are ransacking her house, and she just went off on a bus and fled to Mexico. She's not dealing with this. There's a barrel open nexus. Can they deal with this? Can they stop the Set? The damage is coming through. Does he have the Haymaker up? He pops the Sterak shield. The Showstopper is up again. He punches the Camille into oblivion. The Haymaker shield comes back. That's a triple kill going over to the Set. Does he get a pentakill or something here? No, it seems like he's gonna die. Oh, Lux takes the Quadra away, and Malphite takes the supposed Penta away. Seraphine spam paying the Set bounty like it even matters. The BM close game coming out from the Set, and an ironic close game coming out from the Seraphine. And red team handily dispatched here in this game 1. And honestly, that game ended really quickly. That was such a fast game 1. I don't quite know what to say. I'm almost willing to bet that the other team playing the other bracket is nowhere near as fast. So we got a lot of waiting to do here. Oh my god, that's a once in a lifetime damage chart right there. My god, here I gotta take a snip of this. Just wait till the boys back home hear about this. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's even my caption when I posted to the boys. Oh boy. That is and that's just a slam, what can I say? This is a bronze 1 player too, and honestly, like, if you get rolling, yeah, these kills are all yours. You can just start looking for plays over and over. 20 kills. Oh my god. That's just dirt nasty. Almost a perfect game aside from all those bodies, but look at this. 0 towers, 0 inhibs, no Baron, no Dragon, no Herald, nothing. The bans are interesting though. They take out Rel? Ooh. If I'm not mistaken, the support player bought Rel earlier this day. So to just have Rel banned out, that's a strange decision to say the least. But hey, no judgment here. Alright, we're gonna be looking at quite a long break before the next Clash game, I imagine. So I'm gonna be straight with you. I don't know what to do. Ignore that ping. I was trying to close my snip. I don't know what to do. I expect to wait for like 20 minutes here. Even this is such a blowout game that. I mean, I could look to fill in dead air, but there's gonna be so much dead air. I could just like play something else in the meantime, and they will still be scouting for their next game. So, you know what? Let's play something else in the meantime. What can we play? Honestly, there's not a lot of things I can play. What's a game that doesn't last that long? Or actually, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Now I'm just browsing Reddit randomly. I mean, obviously, when the recording comes out, people can skip ahead to the next game, but I don't know what to do.
Hello.
Hello. How do you? They won too fast, so now we gotta wait a long time.
Oh, that's set mid
That was set mid. And there was a
against Katarina. Oh, makes sense though. Katarina probably get shit on.
Yep. She that was a disgusting show, honestly. There wasn't even a chance.
Is that the no engage except for Camille and Seraphine again?
No engage again.
Mine is Camille and Seraphine. They won how? 20 minutes?
I don't know, like normally a tier 4 game lasts like 30 plus minutes and they won in 20. So I genuinely don't have things to do for a while. So how was your Warzone?
I'm watching some videos my friend sent me first.
Seems like they found the next round. Ow!
Okay, I'm back.
The next team is called Owl. Really?
Hit on head with a sled.
Alright, so
Alright.
it's a silver 2, a silver 1. Actually, hold on. I can put this on the recording. Silver 2, silver 1, bronze 1, bronze 1, bronze 3. It's a more reasonable distribution than game 1 when they had a gold 1 player. But they still lost. Yeah, the gold 1 player. Like, honestly, that was like the single worst gold 1 player I've ever seen in my life. Which I guess makes sense. But I was surprised that a tier 4 Clash had a gold 1 player and they were still in tier 4. Although after seeing that game, I was no longer surprised. But Rito couldn't have known.
Alright, I expect the Morgana ban.
Morgana ban indeed. I'm still scarred from yesterday. Freaking.
I'm scarred too.
Oh.
I'm banning Morgana forever.
I'm so traumatized.
Wait, what the hell? 20-0.
Yeah, 20-0 sad. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Imagine the game still went on for an extra 5 minutes.
I'm surprised Red Team just didn't FF because they just kept feeding Seth some more. He was like 9-0 when it was the 15-minute mark, and they were like, "Oh, we can still win." And then 5 minutes later, he was 20-0. So that fun times.
Yeah, hate to see it. Wait, what was? Oh, was it Lux?
Lux
and
Leona
Leona
bot.
bot?
Yeah, Lux Leona bot.
Interesting. Unconventional. Interesting.
Unconventional. Also, a team I hate. Like, this is the team that can teamfight pass a while, but apparently it didn't matter because you just won so fast. So good times. Good times all around.
Millie also plays a lot of the mid laner. Plays a lot of different champs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would also maybe ban another mid laner or two more, depending on the comfort level of the mid laner.
Yeah, for sure.
Morgana better get a kick in the face.
I'm super interested though because if you look at the match history for game 1, there was a Rel ban. Even though I know for a fact that the support player bought Rel earlier that day and played like their first game of Rel earlier that day.
Traumatized already, okay?
Yeah. Alright, well, we just gotta wait. Are you guys still clashing, Ray, Andy?
Rip.
I think so. Probably. Yeah, probably.
Okay. Alright, still scouting. So, this team did pretty well. Second place
Wait, did
yesterday.
James win it? James won their first game, right? Yeah.
Yeah, stomp. They stomp. Not just one. They stomp.
Yeah, they stomped hard. Wow, I have a lot of keys already. I think I had this much when the year ended last time. And we're still only in April. I have a lot more keys this time around. I need more tokens though. I don't have enough tokens still.
Let me see your skins again.
Sorry?
Your skin charts.
How many skin shards do I have? These are just from random stuff, honestly, because I haven't opened any boxes yet. I just got these from random places. Like things like the orbs that come with the bundles and the Twitch Prime stuff. Because I actually haven't opened the chest yet this year. Some of these are pretty gross, not gonna lie. Actually, I'm just going to disenchant this now. Get some orange essence.
Don't you own her?
Yeah, I own every ultimate now. Want them for free, haha. I own this one, so that can be essence
I
too.
own the other two for free. Why are you disenchanting when you can re-roll them later? What the hell?
I disenchant 270s, because that's the most essence I'm gonna get. I disenchant 270s I own, and I reroll the ones that are worth less. These ones are disenchanted for sure, because these I have the worst skin that I want. So the new worst skins just don't appeal to me.
Which one did you use? Which one did you use?
I used the one from last year's Spirit Blossom. The hold on, I forgot the name. Like Akami something. Hold on, words skins. Where are the word skins at?
Words.
Words.
Bottom.
Words.
Last
Yes.
one.
Words. I use this one, Akana.
Oh. Oh.
It's a pretty flower.
I use the kitty glow stick.
Before that, I used to use the bouquet of roses. This one, but now I use Akana.
I usually use the kitty glow stick.
Oh, they're in champ select, so we're gonna get into game 2 soon. I have the Kakoma word? Huh.
I think a lot of people have the Kikoma one.
Although I will say, hold on. Okay, filter by... Yes. The skins I got this year are all pretty... they're all pretty valuable ones. This is a pretty stacked collection so far in 2021.
Did I get in 2021?
These are some high tier skins. And I only spend money on like 2 of them.
Is that a Blitzcrank?
It's the Blitz and Crank.
When did you buy it?
I bought it when I... Wait, hold up.
This is my 2021. So
Why is Malphite beside this? Also, why do I own Shamrock Malphite?
You asked yourself last time.
You're right, I keep forgetting. Oh, you have a lot of KDA all out in this year.
Yeah, I got... Well, Ari was in my shop, and I was like, finally! I've been waiting to get the Ari one. And the Kaiso one was on sale, and I was like, I've been waiting to get the Kaiso one and the Kali one, so I'm waiting for Kali too. So probably next week or the week after the Kali.
Alright, now I need to customize my emote wheel.
But the other ones I got from Shards. All the other ones.
I like this. I love this emote. I just got it from the Space Group Pass. But it's just a guy lying down and crying, which is just me every time I play this damn game. Oh no, the lying down crying one. There it is. No talk me
I
sad.
didn't even know Cosmic Hunter Varus was a thing until I got the skin.
Cosmic Hunter Virus. Ooh. Let's look at some of the skins I don't own. Black Frost Scion, that's the first one in my shop.
No, it looks so nice. It's new.
Dude, the Bell Cause one looks so nice.
Yeah, both of them look pretty nice.
Whoa.
How many times have you jacked up to that Valkos skin, Livy?
Dude, that Vel'Koz can help me jack off.
Okay.
It always feels good when you get a new skin line. You get skin shard. I'm always like, yeah.
Where's Cosmic Hantavirus? There he is. Alright, what mastery is my Gwen now? Oh, it's only rank 2 because I keep losing.
Yep.
Yeah.
We won though yesterday.
You're right. Now I'm 3 wins and 6 losses. Which is significantly better than 2 wins and 6 losses. Yay. I said yesterday I was gonna try. I said I was gonna try Everfrost and I didn't. Because it just didn't feel good. It's hard to explain. The Omni map is really nice. Wow, champ select takes forever.
It does take forever.
Come on, get in the game. And looking at this post on front page Reddit, teams are leaving Clash all the time once they lose one single game.
Mental broken.
Mental broken. And apparently a lot of people are seeing this, which is weird because I saw a lot of games where there aren't forfeits. All right, they're getting into game 2, so let's go. What are we looking at this time? The first thing that draws my eye is Hecarim jungle.
Rel! Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, second thing is a Rel. Third thing is a Yone mid. That's interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that thing in action. Alright, we got the Lux. No, that's Lulu Super, so that's Lux mid. Lux mid, Wukong top, Hecarim jungle, MF Lulu bot, and over there we have Lethality Sivir with Rel. Malphite top again, Volibear jungle, and mid lane Yone. So we're looking pretty standard, all things considered, and we'll see who comes out ahead in game 2. 2 minutes out, and then we'll get into the cast. Just need to make sure I'm cross-checking everyone with their elo. So we got over on blue team. We got their silver 2 support. We got the silver 1 ADC, and bronze 1 jungler, bronze 1 mid laner and bronze 3 top laner. That is the distribution we're looking at. So in terms of elo, blue team bottom lane has the highest. And it's actually quite high. They're like an entire whole division. So there's 4 divisions apart. There's silver 1 down to bronze 1. It's a pretty big gap. I think it's actually a huge percentile jump as well, because I think silver 1's somewhere around like 50 percentile and bronze 1's like 80. But I could be totally wrong. I don't know the distribution that low. I do know that like plat is already super high. Plat is like, was it anywhere between 2 to 5%? I think, like top 2 to top 5% to be in plat.
I have no idea.
I like these could just be totally wrong numbers, because I don't like, now that I say it out loud, I don't think that sounds right, because that would mean gold is way too big. So that's definitely incorrect. I just don't know which end of the spectrum is wrong. I like to think that plat is not 2 to 5. Plat is more like 10 to 20. Right, diamond is 2 to 5. And then plat is like 10 to 20. That's where I got mixed up. Alright, 10 seconds away. We're gonna get into game 2. I need to remember to switch my scenes. OBS. I wish there was a way to do this automatically, but there isn't. Alright, let's get into the game. Microsoft account problem? We need to fix your Microsoft account? Uh-oh.
Monka S.
My Microsoft account is fine. How dare you? Okay, Team TRE going up against Team OW. Which is likely what they'll say after they got bonked on the head by a polar bear, but we'll see. Let's get into it. First things first, scoreboard. Always important. That's Lux mid, Lulu bot, MF. That seems right to me. Alright, let's go for it. Now Malphite opening up with... the first thing I have to check, does he have Time Warp Tonic? And the answer is no. Which means opening up his Corrupting Pot is actually quite low value. Surprisingly low value. Time Warp Tonic goes really well with Corrupting, and other than that, there's not really any use case for it. I will go as far to say that if you don't have Time Warp, it's better to just open Dorans. And the Lux is already complaining in all chat about getting banned out. All your champs are cancer AF, says the Yone.
I mean, who was she? The Morgana? Yeah, the Morgana's pretty...
Well, of course you ban Morgana. Why wouldn't you ban...
Yes, we all hate Morgana, okay?
Morgana's not necessarily overpowered, but she's so annoying.
She's annoying,
oh
yeah.
my god, it's like, it makes you lose brain cells to play against her.
And like, your mage just doesn't do anything. Like...
It seems like this is this bronze 1 player here at mid lane for Team TRE. It favors assassins. Getting rid of Pike. Well, Seth is not an assassin, but Seth is like a huge burst damage dealer. Now he's sitting on the Yone. I honestly don't know this. Because here's the thing, the only other Yone spammer that I know of is Matt, who is Diamond 4 now. So I don't quite know the standard of a Yone mid. Now Malphite is going for bad trade here against the Wukong. Oh no, he walks right into the minions to maximize minion damage going for that trade. And so far he hasn't hit a CS yet. There's one, but Wukong Nimbus strike first. He's getting a lot of damage down. Malphite is still trying to fight this for some weird reason. He really can't afford to fight that any longer. He doesn't have Time Warp Tonic. And Wukong, he just might look for a solo kill. Honestly, like if he was a man, he just flash auto Q and that kills the Malphite.
Well, he is not a man.
He is not a man.
Hello, friend.
Hello, Mo. Welcome to the cast. Rao is going for a crash down. It's going to completely whip. Lulu attaches picks onto her in the interim. And there is the make it rain. The damage is coming down. Rao pops the attract and repel, but have to flash away. And Rao falls to 120 health. Doing absolutely nothing in return here. Boomerang blade flies out, chips MF for about 80 damage, but Rel is in so much pain. Rel needs to get out of there and start trying to reset, otherwise the longer you stay in the lane, the more abysmal it gets. Lux going for a counter trade onto the Yone, but Yone wins that all the time. So far pretty even. No one has died yet. It's 3 minutes in. Glitter Lance just provides Sivir with a free mana potion. When the double up hits her. Ooh, the Pig's Poke is getting really annoying here. But the Rel was... I believe Rel has no cookies? No, Rel has to have cookies. Rel has no cookies. Okay, never mind. Rel has no cookies, which means that she can't sustain lane.
Yeah, because mostly sometimes when I play Rel, it's either I get the cooldown reduction or I get Hex Flat.
Yeah.
So there's no room for the...
There's no
room for the cookies.
Yeah, you're right. But it also means when you get chunked out so much early on, it's bad news. Malphite is still trying to survive against the Wukong, and by a miraculous turn of events, he is now out-CSing the Wukong. Which, good for him, but also, how is the Wukong bad at farming? The Q spam is getting to the Wukong a little bit, it's certainly annoying. Hecarim is gonna charge down, he wants the crab and he will smite it. The crash down hits 2, the damage is coming down, ignite first onto the Misfortune. Misfortune has to run, but first blood goes over to the Yone. He gets that kill and he pops back out. Lux has barely any mana, she shouldn't be able to fight this. The Spirit Slash gets some damage back, and that's going to force the Lux to drink a health potion. And she still apparently has 2. How does she have 3 health potions? Did she back and I didn't even notice it? Just back for 1 single health potion?
I doubt it.
How does she have an extra health potion? Oh no, never mind. That might be a cookie. Is it a cookie? Please tell me that was a cookie. Okay, that was a cookie. I was like, thank God.
Love the cookies in the mid lane.
Yeah. Though it's interesting that the... Lux would be better off as inside because you don't need the cookie healing. Oftentimes you're safe enough. The Cosmic Insight is better on you.
Let me see what I usually take on Lux.
Cookies is standard on a lot of mid lanes, but I think Lux can get away without it. Especially when you have mana flow, that solves a lot of your mana problems too in the early game. Like a lot of top laner, squishier top laners definitely take cookies just because it helps you survive. It's even better in combination with Time Warp, which Lux doesn't have. The Time Warp tonic and the cookie in top lane is just a way of saying, hey, I don't want to lose this lane, I'm gonna make sure I don't. It's an obnoxious amount of sustain and allows you to take really long stays.
Well, I can't find what I take on Lux. I haven't played Lux in a while.
Volibear is going to come top just to sap some EXP away. Because that is gank that will never work.
I do take cookies on Lux.
Okay. It's fair. I just don't think she necessarily needs
mana. I think
Yeah.
for the mana.
Fair. Oh, she also did actually get the correct item here. First item, Seeker's Arm Guard against the Yone, which is the best item you can get. And I'm glad she didn't go straight last chapter because that's a really easy way to lose the lane. Monkey is going to make sure to tank 2 tower shots on his way out from sieging the tower. He doesn't even get a plate, which is an insult to injury. Oh, but he's also committed to this fight. He's not allowing himself to reset, which means that the Malphite is up 1 whole bomb. He's in there. The Unstoppable Force comes out. The Wukong needs to try to run away. The glow shows where he is. Malphite commits a lot, actually. But he just does what the monkey was trying to do anyway and just let him reset. So really, Malphite out down and he doesn't really get anything out of it because Wukong was backing anyway. If he wanted to commit ultimate, he really needed to make sure that killed. So now Wukong will come back to lane with a Phage. He's even going to teleport back just to continue the lane. The fight is going down, and unfortunately, this is a fight that... Phage?
For Wukong.
What does Phage build
Eventually.
into? Yeah, Gore
I don't
Drink.
know. Sterex?
No. Sterax first? That's awful. Why would you ever go Sterax first? Although there's the Wukong trying for an aggressive trade. The double Cyclone is coming out. Those are very, very fast Cyclones. I'm not sure if he canceled them or something, but he is going to win the slap fight because guess what? Malphite had no ult. Because he used it at a really inappropriate time. Yone is going to get kicked back, but the Hecarim is still level 5, but Yone is quite low. The Lux Laser, not going to hit it. The knockup is there. Hecarim's run out of speed. The Crescent Slash, the shielding is not enough. Hecarim pops the ghost, and he does get that kill onto the Yone. And now Hecarim's going to just...
That's a score drinker. It does, in fact.
That's bad. I would build... I think like Sunder, Triforce, and Strikebreaker are all better choices than Gore Drinker and Wukong. Some of them are significantly better. I would definitely have taken Sunder here, especially when you're going up against Malphite and Volibear. Yeah.
No, he's for Sunder.
Malphite, Volibear, the Sunder passive is really good against them as Wukong. Going for Gore Drinker is... I'm not too sure about that. Gore Drinker is more of a... It's more of a close range fighter item. Like obviously, when you think of Gore Drinker, the first thing you think about is Aatrox. He's one of those champions that just destroys fights consistently. But Wukong gets in the back, spins on the carries, and kills them off. You don't necessarily need the sustain that the Gore Drinker offers you. The Sunder damage is just superior in that circumstance.
Oh, I just realized Lux did not get an assist for that Yone.
Yeah, Lux missed everything, so Yone just died, and it was a solo kill for the Hecarim.
For Hecarim, yeah.
He is still working on he's working on his shield though, so he is up the Vamp and Dagger, so he actually has more gold than the Lux, but oh, Lux hasn't shopped yet. No, she has shopped yet. What the hell did she buy? How do you have so little gold? One M-Tome, that's it, huh? That's interesting. Yone's up 600 gold still, so that's a pretty significant item lead for this level in the game. And now the Malphite might be in a little bit more trouble. Here comes the bear clap, but the bear starts walking back for some reason. And there is the Cyclone coming out from the monkey. Can they kill him off fast enough? Yes, they can, but the Malphite is traded back immediately. The Hecarim needs to try to run for the hills. The slow smite is coming down, but the flash auto onto a minion. Oh, the auto attack extension. The reach does connect. He does kill the Hecarim, but it did look very scary for a second there. He gets the two.
They also wonder why blue team decided to go in. They saw the Volibear.
That's true. Like the Volibear even like stutter stepped a bit incorrectly, but it didn't matter. It was so far of an overcommit. Meanwhile, bot lane, the bullet time very ineffectual, and now the Lulu might be in a little bit of trouble, but the Pharomancy is not going to grab her back. No yoink means that Lulu walks away. It might have been dangerous to pursue that play as well. Sivir is quite low on mana. She needs some free mana potions, so if the Lulu will kindly attach picks onto her, it would actually do her a favor. But now it seems like the plan is for them to just clear this wave and reset, which is more or less the correct call. They do need to go back and shop. Miss Fortune is up quite a bit of CS, although she's not really doing too much with it. It is going to be Eclipse Miss Fortune by the looks of things.
Definitely looks like Eclipse.
Yeah. Malphite is still farming up against the Wukong. Honestly, both top laners have very little CS for this stage in the game, which begs the question what either of them are doing. But the Malphite is at least itemizing correctly. Rush tier 2 steel caps into this team is correct for now. He may want to consider a Merc switch later down in the game if Polymorph and Binding becomes a problem, but Malphite doesn't really concern himself with long range CC. The Volibear is taking a little bit of damage. The Lux Laser! Oh, not turn around was not fast enough. The Lux gets a laser, the face seal comes out, but he doesn't hit the Lux. He's distributing the damage amongst 3 people, which means none of them dies. The Rel is going to come in for the engage. The lingering hitbox catches onto the Hecarim. The Magna Pole. But no, she releases the Hecarim and goes in for the Lulu instead. Nobody was hitting anything. Red team makes sure to Red team makes sure to split damage as much as they can, but Hecarim takes a really awkward path and dies.
Okay, Hecarim.
Alright, Hecarim. Alright, I'm gonna zoom out a bit because I actually forgot to do that. And this might give us a bigger view of the fights.
Hecarim, what are you doing? That's my question.
I don't know why he wanted to run that way. Like, you have a tower, but he decides to not run with it. Lulu's going for a work clear over the wall, but are you sure this is the safe play right now? Pharaohmancy comes down, the Lulu's in a lot of trouble, but the attractor repel, the stun lash does not connect! The face shield, the soul unbound damage is also not enough, and here comes the Wukong. Yone has no cooldowns, now he needs to run for the hills. The Volibear is coming in for the save, the rescue is there, he pops the ultimate, now he's a super big bear, but the super big bear can't really do super big damage, so he's just out of there. The Boomerang Blade return aggroes the dragon, and now red team finds themselves in a really awkward fight. The Yone pops over the wall again, does a little bit of chunk damage, and returns to his physical form. They have nothing. Yone still has no ultimate. They lack the ability to fight this. Teleport is coming up from the Wukong. Wukong ditches the dragon fight. He's just going back to top lane. And now Malphite has the TP, so he is now the one rejoining. This is now somehow a 5-on-3 because Wukong decides to dip. The laser assassinates the Rel. Hecarim jumps into the pit. He does steal the dragon, but can he make it out? The answer looks like it is yes. Malphite flash E to make sure he does no damage and no slowdown to the Lux. One more hit. No, don't do it. No, he walked away. Oh,
No.
Alright, well, Hecarim steals the dragon and he does make it out. The face seal does not connect, but the reach is good enough. He pops the Lux like a zit and she falls down. The shutdown gold goes over to the Yone. He picks up 500 for his efforts.
That was a spicy fight.
It was a spicy fight. Also, I have no idea why Wukong teleported top.
Okay.
I don't know what he was thinking.
On blue team for the past.
Wukong was like, oh crap, I gotta stop the Malphite. And Malphite was like, oh good, I can join the dragon fight. So they swapped places.
Hecarim died already. You would think blue team would just give up dragon and go like, okay, it's okay, we can give up this one dragon.
But they didn't give up the dragon. Somehow got it. And actually didn't totally lose that fight off the back foot. It's quite
but
surprising.
Lulu went to that fight with like 100 HP.
Yeah. Lulu just died and Wukong ditched. It's a 5-on-3. It's your best case scenario. But somehow they weren't able to make the best of it. They just didn't have the lockdown.
Is this Yone the same set from last game?
Yes.
Yes.
What rank is he?
Bronze 1.
He's not bronze 1.
I can assure you he is. He's not a Smurf.
What?
You know, sometimes you look that, okay?
Lulu is going to flash in for some damage.
Against other bronzes, huh?
Maybe, yeah.
Magnepo goes out. There's
I don't
just
think I
no
can be
damage.
Okay, how can you be assured he's not a Smurf?
I was talking with them in the Discord call until approximately 30 minutes before Clash.
Yeah, I don't think he's a Smurf.
I see.
Although I will say he's playing Yone way better than Matt is at the moment.
Hopefully Matt doesn't watch this one.
And Matt is literally Diamond 4.
Yeah.
Well, the face seal comes out, he's gonna totally whiff, but I've seen Matt do that a billion times, so I'm not surprised. He does get the kill onto the Lulu. The shield bow is popped, but he gets the kill off it.
When you
It's a caster flame session. My god.
It's
It's
both.
both.
Not both.
Yeah, I went on both.
Have you seen Matt hit Yone ult?
He hits all of them.
Onto the air? Oh my god! Ooh.
So unbound back to the grave.
Ooh. Well played. Well, at least he's courteous about it. Meanwhile, the Wukong up top, he's in quite a bit of trouble. Cyclone too, but he's out of ways to peel back. But here comes the Hecarim. He kicks back the rock, and now the Malphite is still proceeding forward. Nobody has CC left, but the Hecarim doesn't quite know who to hit, so he's choosing both of them. He's still trying to spin his way away, but he's so slow with all those cheese wheels hitting him, and the Volibear takes them down. 2,000 gold up here for red team, a very tiny advantage to them. But now the rest of the game is still being played out here. It is 17 minutes in and somehow no tower has died. Despite the fact that you had you have a pretty fed Yone in mid who's ups a lot of CS to the Lux. The Lux also has done pretty well for herself, all things considered, given all the circumstances. Although this Hecarim has been disappointingly underwhelming so far. He's made only a few good ganks, and the places that he's been hasn't really been too stellar. He did steal that dragon at one time. Credit to him. Red team will destroy the first turret.
Polar Bear is actually a very good jungler.
Yeah, like
Or a very good champion.
well, yeah, like the player is not bad too. He's playing it pretty well compared to the Hecarim, I must say. He's been in more places at the more correct times.
Yes. But I'm just saying, I like Polar Bear a lot. Maybe because I've been playing him top a lot.
And Wallabear is fun, man. I won't fault you for that.
He's a fun top laner.
Yeah, and now the monkey is going away. The face seal connects. The damage is coming out. The unbound damage might be enough to pop. No, it's not enough to pop. But the chem tank has been popped. He's coming in for more damage. The cheese wheel from long range gets the kill. No escape from that. Flash away from the bullet time to save the Sivir. Misfortune's ulti trays a flashback in the bottom lane. The Hecarim is also looking down there, but doesn't seem like to be trying for a dive. Ocean Drake is spawning, but the bulk of red team is currently sitting in the top lane. What can they really do? The Pharomancy crash down. Is there Lulu Self-Falls to try to get out of there? Are you sure you can get out? Yone is still chasing after this. The shield damage is there, but the pop is not. The shield barely saves the Lulu's life. Blue team loses their top turret, but at the same time, Hecarim is on this mission to kill this dragon with the Misfortune, and he will get it. But the cost is simply too great. They dropped a lot of critical summoners up top, and they lost the tower. This is a pretty worthwhile trade here for red team. They will happily give away one Drake to do all of that. Now the top half of the map has essentially been blown wide open.
That was almost an int by the Lulu.
Yeah, almost an int by the Lulu. I don't know what she was thinking.
Walking up to ward, I think, but like, why would you ward when you just saw them there?
Well, it's gonna get caught out here, unfortunately. On her way to kill a ward, she just dying doing what she loved the most, de-warding.
It's true. Like I said, respect for this.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same support from yesterday, which after talking with her, she just told me, yeah, she just likes to ward. She loves the warding mechanics. So that's literally all she does is to just ward around, which props. It's
props.
Honestly, it's honestly a really good thing to do.
I don't find wards in our games. Whenever I play support.
In our literal pack games, we press sweepers and find 0 wards across the entire jungle.
Oh, that was a good fate seal.
Oh, yeah, that was an amazing Yone ult. It does pick up 2 kills. Mid tower is still not dead here, and now the monkey has to try to run away, but he is running in the sights of a Malphite who just ults him, and now he needs to fake decoy his way out, but the jukes are just not fooling anybody. He makes it so obvious. The lightning bolt is gonna crash down for even more slow. Cyclone 1 comes out for some self-peel. It's not gonna be enough. Cyclone 2, but the Volibear is immune to CC during his hop, so he doesn't even get affected. Lux Geyser comes out, but it's not gonna be enough to do anything, and they're just gonna take this booba from under the Lux's nose. The Lux is just going to say, alright, you can have it, and she just casually walks away from the scene. Now it's 20 minutes in. Red team once again in a very commanding position. Not as commanding as game 1, but that is a rarity to have a stomp like that. This game they can't really ask for too much more. They're in such a firm position. Now they're going to deploy the Herald. It is going to wind up for a charge here. That tower is not long for this world, and now they're going to keep it going. How many charges can they get out of this Herald? Likely one last one. Blue team is already here to respawn, but they will not respawn fast enough to kill this Herald. Nobody's turning around to hit the eye. They are unable to, so Herald gets 80% of the health out of that one tower. And red team goes for a mass reset, with the exception of the Yone and Rel, who is booking it for the hills.
Now they need by 6k now.
And I must say I'm happy about the one adjustment they made, which is now carries are buying pinks now. Their cores are now buying pinks.
Yay!
Yay! They did it. They made the adjustments. However, Sivir's still sitting on brown boots. That's probably a no-no at 22 minutes in. That's slightly more important than getting pinks. Blue team will counter the push with one tower down. That is their first tower of the game.
Control ward diffs.
Yeah, honestly, look at this vision difference. This is red team's vision. This is blue team's vision. It's actually pretty even, but blue team just sees less of the map right now because they are losing a lot of towers. Red team has some superior vision play. And speaking of superior vision play, here they come now. They just have a seemingly infinite supply of wards, and they're just going around killing stuff. Rel CS score, like always, amazing to look at. The ulti is coming down here for the Wukong. He is going to Cyclone his way out, but it is going to be enough. The Cyclone 2 is out as well. The Lux laser comes down, but it's just tiny chip damage at this point in the game. The Lux get caught out here on the side by the Yone. And she is just going to fade away. The team fight at bot results in no kills, but Lux trying to come in to reinforce is caught out and killed. Which means Dragon's up in 1 minute, but they shouldn't be positioning like that. Dragon's up in 1 minute. You have a lot of time to play around still. They're just going to shut down the vision. But like, honestly, rule of thumb, don't clutter outside this Dragon Pit with a minute to go. You are wasting so much time. The rule of thumb is to be at any global objective 20 seconds before they spawn as a team if you want to contest it. If it's 50 seconds away, just reset and come back. You still have a ton of time to make your way into the pit. But to just sit here for a full minute waiting for the dragon to spawn is frankly a huge waste of time. And it's quite punishable because a minute of downtime is pretty significant. Now Lulu is going to take a ton of damage. 2 autos gets her to half health. Yone is going to fly back to the body, but the face seal right back out! That's so much damage coming down, but is it going to be enough? Malphite also the wall, but this is a nasty choke for red team. Malphite walks in, and he is already suicided. That's going to be 2 bodies for nothing. But that boomerang blade is massive! It cleaves through blue team and kills almost everybody. Triple kill goes over to the Sivir, but the rest of the team fight is turning sour already. Red team called an engage that they can't win, and as a result get promptly punished. They tried to make the best of it, but they couldn't quite make it happen. And they get full aced here by blue team.
The walk into the boomerang blade.
So that fight, it happened like that because they were not able to reset properly. They had to reset then and look for some items. Like now they died and they back and they bought items, but you could have had those for the fight. That's one thing. You don't have to camp the dragon pit for a full minute. Just reset and come back. As long as you're at the pit 20 seconds before the objective spawns, you are well poised to take control of it. The second thing is, don't start an engage over the wall when the rest of your team has to walk around the dragon pit to get to you, because what ends up happening is that you throw your Volibear, Malphite, and Yone in, they run out of damage, they die, your AD carry arrives to the scene, and then suddenly it's a 2-on-5. That was a miraculous boomerang blade to get the amount of kills that the Sivir did, but it very could have easily been a 5-for-0 if blue team didn't funnel down that one path for a single Q to just destroy them all. But like I said, it's just tiny adjustments here. Misfortune is going to get caught out. The face seal is going to whiff, but it doesn't even matter. Misfortune dies solo. The shield bolt fully absorbs all of the Lux laser, and the Yone wants blood flashing forward for this Lux. One more stab to the face will do it. There's a double kill going over to the Yone. And the Baron is being pinged out. Malphite has TP.
In the bot lane.
I have no idea, but you know, that's a free Baron. No, don't take blue. Just go for Baron. Malphite.
That is a free Baron. Yeah,
Malphite is bottom lane. Well, now I think they take too long.
Yeah,
they've taken too long to start it, I feel. Like, obviously, the blue team is not going to contest. Right now, they're just playing too scared. But in all circumstances, red team took way too long to start that Baron. You could have, like, as soon as you get that Lux kill, immediately turn back. But instead, there was like a 20-second dead air. So now Hecarim's already outside the pit. And by himself, he's actually convinced red team to peel off for a split second. Obviously, Baron hasn't fully reset because they left one person in the pit, which is a smart thing to do. And they do secure the Baron natural objective. But it very easily could have probably gone south if blue team was a little bit more coordinated. And they were willing to say die a little bit more. Wukong could have teleported in for a Hail Mary even.
It's true. I don't know why Hecarim was in the bot lane.
Hecarim shouldn't have been bot, obviously, and that's going to be a huge factor of why they ended up losing the Baron, but still, it was a little too slow of an execution. The call was good, they just need to follow up on it a bit more, and now Hecarim going bot work, going top did, and let's go bot some more.
Why is Hecarim loving this Malphite? Hecarim, go kill some other people, don't kill the Malphite.
In no world will Malphite die to this. In no world will Malphite die to this.
Gosh.
In no world.
Actually wasting
Can he leave? Can he just get Hecarim? Get out of there.
Dude, they're shoving
Why are
it in.
3 people contesting one Malphite?
Blue team.
Wait, red team?
They're-
No, red team. No, push this. Push this.
Keep
They sent
pushing.
3 people bot. There's 3 people bot for 1 split pusher. Kill these towers. Kill the
Oh, this is
misfortune.
that,
Kill
this is that,
anything. Oh wait, Volibear, that's a huge overdrive. Oh my god, no, don't do this without your
That
minion wave.
now.
The bullet time is coming out, the Rel will die. The super long distance soul unbound kills off the misfortune, but at the same time, you had to wait for your minion wave.
Why is Hecarim still bot?
Oh look, he's still a bot, and now the Wukong is fighting the Malphite. However, Malphite properly out of mana now. Properly out of mana now. Go back. Oh, he's dead.
Yes.
Alright, if you're out of mana, don't do that. Just keep walking away.
Oh my. Blue team. I'm not cheering for you, but I don't want you guys to get totally stomped because total stomp schemes are not that fun to watch.
So the one thing is that when that whole sequence of events happened, when you see 3 people be sent bot for 1 split pushing tank, just push mid. Just like
Shove mid,
everybody else
yeah.
crash mid. It's
Go
4 on
mid,
2.
yeah.
And
A
when you
round
do a
mid,
4 on
let's
2, when you do a 4 on 2, you don't overdive all the way to inhib tower. What you do is you just walk with your minion wave, because Baron buff speeds up your minions. So your minions like zooms in and they're just starting into the tower, and that will either force
And
a poor
Volibear can turn off
yeah,
the inner tower.
exactly, and it will either force a response from blue team, or they just don't know what to do and outright lose the game. It is a lot more effective. But instead, what ended up happening was, it seems like red team wanted to collapse bot for some reason because they wrapped around the jungle instead of escorting a minion wave. And when it came time to dive, they dove all the way to inhib tower, which without their minion wave too, which wasn't the best thing to do. They actually dropped a few bodies trying that play, and ultimately didn't work out as well as it probably should have. But it doesn't matter. Now it's 25 seconds to Dragon Spawn, and on cue, they are now at the pit at the correct time to start securing the vision. And now blue team is slowly being boxed out, but Volibear tanking quite a bit of poke. He needs to kill this Blasco and get over the wall. Blue team fully recalling on top of a ward. They know where every single member of blue team is. There's no attempt to the flank. No attempt at the split. The Wukong is coming down. The laser is there. It's such a nasty choke. There's a 4-man knockup with a wild growth, but it doesn't even matter.
Okay, Hecarim, are you ever gonna use your sweepers? It's up.
He's just not sweeping words. It was a 1-for-0. Honestly, like, but they can't dragon still because blue team cannot win this fight anymore. They are so low that now they need to reset.
And they lost a jungler too.
Not to mention, like, if you need to pick a fight in this river, it is a terrible place to pick a fight because things like that might happen. Hecarim's gonna ult in, but with what health really? They actually do kill off the Malphite, but the Yone is on the side. Nobody's contesting him. He can still fight. He still has a ton of damage. The double up! It brings a bullet to the Sivir and kills her off. And the Rel is next to go. And now it's just the Yone in a 1v3 situation. Can he make a miracle happen here? The answer is probably no, but he does kill off the Lux, and now he needs to be sent on the run. The Volibear has respawned and he's on his way back. And for the record, I don't think that fight was bad. I just think it could have been way better executed. Yone is still trying it. He flashes over the wall, going for another play. The face seal goes down onto the Lulu. The misfortune is quite alone. And one Dragon Blast to the face on top of a Volibear, scratching her face off. It's going to do it.
The biggest misplay was Lulu's positioning.
Yeah.
She keeps on trying to somehow flank them as Lulu.
The reason that fight went exactly. Also the reason why that fight didn't go as well as it could, because I know, yeah, sure, it's a 4-on-5, but the 5 were actually quite low from the earlier fight, but the 4 members are also decently healthy. Sure, you don't have ultimates, but they had to funnel themselves into you, which is an advantageous fight. Where the fight went south is the part where Yone and Malphite went up to kill one person. And then the rest of the cores on red team just cannot fight. Malphite decided to just like run off into the woods alone. And then the Yone follow him to kill off the Wukong. In that case, because Malphite got ignited, he tanked a ton of damage when the Hecarim separated him. But the best thing to do there is just to cheese wheel somebody and run back to your AD carry. Because you want to stay together after the team fight disrupting ultimates have been used. Now Lulu is going to soft ult, gets fully caught out. I don't know what she was standing there for. I don't know why she was standing there. The Yone is currently going in for a 2v1. The damage! It's so high! Yone kills Yone kills the Misfortune. GG, well played. This call by the Lulu. I'm not sure if they're surrendering. I just don't think they are. Baron Nashor is up, and now red team is going for it. They do try to make this play happen.
This is one of the worst Lulus I've ever witnessed in my life.
Yeah, this Lulu is...
Her positioning, she's never near the team. She always gets caught out. She doesn't clear some wards, but she goes for like trying to steal blue buff. Why does it matter if they take blue buff at this point?
Also, even if they were taking blue buff, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you're Lulu. You're Enchantress. You're supposed to support your team. You're supposed to be with your MF.
Exactly. Ooh, the Malphite all will whiff. But the Lux laser also failed at stealing the Baron, so that's ulti for ulti. The rest of the fight can still honestly break out, though Yone does have face steal. He does have a ton of damage. He doesn't need this ultimate to win this fight. The bullet time down a very narrow corridor, but it's not going to do any damage. 2 more bodies dropped here for red team, and now they've been sent on the run. Wukong still has his ultimate. The Cyclone is up. The Lux E kills the Rel from far range. And Rel does drop dead here. Baron Recall is coming out. The Yone face shield is coming down. He got his ultimate back. He's feeling it. He wants one more kill. The Zhangya's Hourglass will protect the Lux in the interim. She stays alive by the skin of her teeth. And here comes the Yone. He still wants to make a play. Hecarim is going to run away. And the minions kill that tower to add insult to injury. 34 minutes in. Red team have 5 Baron buffs. They are somehow down dragons because yay, but they have Baron and they can make a push, and it seems like their call is to 1-3-1 this. I don't know about that. Just deathball mid and end it. You have Baron.
And you have
I don't like, well, with this particular comp, if you're gonna 1-3-1, you send your mid and top. You don't send your Sivir alone. So yeah, the best thing to do here is gonna be a 1-4. So just send your Malphite top and the rest of 4 deathball.
Alone, because Yone is strong enough to kill anyone by himself.
Yeah, Yone can just go top, kill the inhib, or you send Malphite, he can TP back in. Ooh, the damage.
Oh, that damage.
I also don't know why red team is here. What are you hoping to get out of this dragon pit with no dragon? Why are all of them here? Why do you play this game? Why are you playing like not game is in League of Legends, but like why are you playing this Dragon Dance game at a pit with nothing spawning for a minute and a half when one team has Baron that should be pushing minions down a lane with the Baron buff? This is a very poor use of Baron because you're not crashing down a lane with it. But instead, they just send 9 members to position around the dragon pit as if a dragon has spawned, but it is so far away from that still. Yone goes for another play, the face seal draws out the Lulu flash, and now the push is starting at the bottom lane. Not quite sure if this is the lane you should be pushing, when I think like a decisive blow down mid just straight up wins the game. But they do get this tower, and now they're turning around to deny this dragon. But honestly, you don't have to play this game. Blue team has to play this game. You have Baron, just keep pushing, just don't stop. Blue team cannot dragon anyway. You don't have to kill this dragon on spawn, because chances are, if blue team tries to go for dragon, they lose the game to Baron. If blue team tries to fight you, they lose the game outright from losing the team fight. This dragon is not mandatory, you don't need this to win. You have Baron buff, and you should push with it before it expires. It expired already. So now they're turning around for dragon.
I'm proud of the Malphite for actually using the Baron buff.
Yes, Malphite was the only person who pushed correctly with the Baron buff. The Magnapole sucks in the Hecarim, who ults in to kill himself, dying with the dragon. And here comes the Malphite. He doesn't have ultimate anymore, but he has half mana. Malphite wasn't able to kill the inhibitor because guess what? He's alone.
But he got 2 people to go top, which is, you know, for this situation.
Yeah, it's pretty good, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Stab to the back. Lux drops dead. And now, honestly, quite unceremoniously, blue team is down to 3 people. It's like a horror movie when you look behind you and then one of your friends is just suddenly gone. Who got them? Who knows? Face Seal comes in. It is going to totally whiff, but the Misfortune has been sent back. The Cyclone does come in. Malphite has a one-track mind. He wants to kill that inhibitor, and now he switches attention to the Misfortune. She gets the Lulu Enchantress.
The
Enchantress is not enough. as the misfortune burns down. Volibear does not turn off the tower. Red team has no minions, but they're just tanking towers like they don't care. And the Hecarim is being controlled so much. The last hit of Ignite will finish it, but no, the cheese wheel doesn't quite get there. The Ignite will finish it anyway. That's gonna be 4 bodies down. Wukong has no Cyclone. Wukong has nothing left. He doesn't have damage or anything of worth.
Just push top.
Just seriously, just kill. Just you don't have to stay for it. Okay, okay. Now you have minions. Start hitting the structures. Kill the structures. Kill structures. Lux laser. That's a destruction. Ignore champions. Champions are bait. Go for buildings. Go for buildings. Go for the buildings. Go for the buildings. How come that building is dying so slowly when there's 5 people here? Well, GG, well played is called. So this game is over for better or worse. It's the slowest Nexus kill I've ever witnessed, but the game is over nonetheless. Team TRE wins it. Wins it? Yes, they win it, and they go on to play games 3 for once again. They run it back for a second place finish.
Trevor left us.
Trevor left us. Alright,
I'll
so
just say, like I said, that Lulu was disgusting.
Lulu was disgusting. And you know, this is a bit overdue, but here's the stats for Team Trevor left us. Bronze 1, Bronze 1, Bronze 2, Bronze 1, Bronze 1. A team full of bronze players who clawed their way through a gold 1 player, clawed their way through a bunch of silvers, and now they're on their way to play the final match. Once again, the mid lane damage is quite high. Quite high. And now they're scouting for Clash, waiting for game 3. That was a kind of slow game, so we probably don't have to wait nearly as long this time around, unless the other side is stuck in like the 40-minute slogfest.
Cause yeah, our game was 40 minutes almost.
Yeah. There's one thing I'd never considered in a tier 4 Clash, and that's attention spans, because people tend to lose focus the longer games go. So playing longer games in earlier rounds of the brackets is pretty detrimental. It makes you lose focus easier. But for Team TRE, they got through a stomp and then a relatively decisive game, all things considered. So they should be pretty nicely focused up to win this last game. And this cherry on top of the enemy team came out of like this super long slogfest, where they just aren't able to do stuff. Like they just aren't able to focus anymore, because it gets physically exhausting to play games like that. To the point where you do kind of start making really questionable plays, like the Lulu, who honestly autopiloted all over the place in game 2, just getting caught out way too many times.
That's not.
Yeah.
I'm just so like, how do you play an Enchantress that bad?
Yeah, there is there is champ select now for games 3. Team AOT, which is not Attack on Titan, but Age of Tyranny is their opponent. They have Silver 4, 1 Samira player, Gold 4, a Bronze 2, and a Bronze 4.
Oh, that Gold 4 has a bunch of
Those champions are
champs.
the Gold 4 plays Inhuman champions.
Yeah, same with somewhat the Silver 4.
The thing that makes me wary is the part where there's an account with 3 recorded games of Samira. That's a pretty clear sign that, oh, that might be a Smurf. Yeah, that might just be a Smurf. Because look at the guy's total mastery. His rank record is 5 games of Samira, but his mastery is like 44k points on Samira, 134k points on Ezreal. Like that's probably a Smurf. There's a good chance that's a Smurf. We'll see though. We'll see.
What's it? So Masio.
Oh, look at this Kha'Zix. The Fido Sauce, the gold 4. Last game he won with 32% of his team's gold share. Wait, I gotta see this. Hold on. Let me look this guy up. Fido share.
Fido sauce.
Oh, Fido share sauce. There you go.
Sauce.
Yeah, that'll do it. 31-4. Wait, they're stomping these games. Holy. Whoa, these stomps. What the heck?
Yeah, actually, I don't think Samira's the one smurfing anymore.
Well, like, obviously Gold 4 player, but oh my god. Okay, maybe the Samira is not the Smurf. Maybe the Kazakhs
Yeah, maybe the Kazakhs is the one.
Because honestly, that Gold 1 Camille sucked. And this Gold 4 Kazakhs is he's doing work.
He got 34, 31, 4,
My god.
11 and 0. And even like his match history, he's just spamming Morgana jungle. Which I hate. Clearly, I have trauma from yesterday.
Oh. This guy's gross.
The Morgana's abuser.
He's disgusting. Get him out of here. Well, it just threw up in my mouth looking at this guy's profile. Get him out of here. Drag him to the guillotine. He's had one hell of a day. 11-0 Diana, 31-4 Kazakhs. Woof.
31 and 4 is actually kind of like, whoa.
That's terrifying. That's...
Some games don't even get up to 31 kills on one side, you know? $31 and 4. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at bans. Let me look at the bans from last game.
Oh yes. In James's game.
Yes.
Let's see. Wait. This is still Fido Sauce. This is still Fido Sauce. Wait, no, I'm not looking at his man. Give me Young Pikachu. This is Young Pikachu. Client. I need to look at Young Pikachu's match history. There he is. Nico ban. Ooh.
Ted ban. Of course, after seeing that stomp. Leona, Pike, Jin, Urgot. I'm glad they banned the Morgana.
I am glad they banned Morgana.
Why didn't they? Let me look at the owl again.
Honestly, like if you're talking about hyper carries, the mid lane here has hyper carry quite a bit. So honestly, it probably actually just comes down to jungle versus mid in the games 3, which would be exciting.
My biggest surprise is actually for the second team. Apparently, DC Gambit is a mid laner, but she went to support. And the Lux was usually a support player, went to the bottom lane.
Interesting.
So I'm just like kind of confused why they switched.
They're like, oh, we can flex these champs around.
Cause yeah, it clearly showed that Lulu did not know how to support.
Yeah, it showed. The positioning is awful. Obviously also there's a huge vision diff too. It's hard especially for an enchanter support to walk around the map when the enemy team has a permanent eye on you basically. In game. He's playing Kled! Oh no! Into Darius! Oh, Fido Sauce? He's on Hecarim!
They let Morgana through?
Oh, they let Morgana through. But it's not Fido Sauce playing the Morgana.
Yeah.
That's
but still, Morgana, they let Morgana through? Even though... I don't know.
I don't like this. Like, there's a Hecarim and a Morgana. That's not easy to fight against at all, and especially because Red Team is very heavily single target CC reliant. They have Kled, Leona, Udyr. They have single target CC, which Morgana destroys. And on top of that, there's gonna be a Hecarim running all around the place. Just looking at this draft, I'm terrified on behalf of Red Team here.
What I like is Echo.
Incredibly scary.
Echo can destroy the ADC in the late game, but I don't know about
No, because if the game goes to a certain place, the Echo will never hit in game. If Blue Team even places remotely correctly, Echo cannot hit in game. He cannot delete anyone.
Yep.
Ooh, this is a... I don't like this draft from Red Team. I think that this one Morgana shuts down...
I don't know why they let Morgana through.
Here's the thing. Morgana shuts down Echo, too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, this entire team gets completely shut down by Morgana. So, you had to ban it. You absolutely had to. We'll see. Maybe, what is the Morgana player? The Morgana player is their Bronze 2 player? We'll see. Maybe they can do something. Maybe they can just, like, destroy the Morgana somehow, but...
Okay, but Fido Sauce is the carry, man. We talked about this. You just need a Black Shield Fido Sauce.
I don't know, like...
Morgana is a champion.
Yeah, this draft scares me. I don't think this is a good...
Because, like, there's so much, like, protection for Vayne and Hecarim. Well, Darius can protect himself, you know? They have Seraphine, and they have Morgana. Like...
I don't know, man. It looks like a second place again. Just looking at this draft, this is one of those drafts where, like, if I'm on Red Team and I see this, I'm just like, all right, we lost. We don't even have to play the game. We can just move on.
Morgana and Seraphine are so good at protecting the team.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see if we get proven wrong. We're gonna head into game 3 here.
And plus,
like I said, man,
is not comfortable on Kled.
Like I said, Morgana shuts down all of Red Team, so we'll see what they can do here. They need to do something very, very spectacular to actually come back in this game. They have to play out of their minds, essentially. All right, here we go. Game 3, AOT up against TRE.
Trevor left us.
Yep. Is it gonna be a second place again, or will Team TRE actually win it? It's very impressive already to have made it back into the top bracket finals back to back. Now they just have to get revenge for their crushing defeat yesterday. Can they do it here? We're hit 100%. We're going to get in game. Anytime now.
Come on, Riot.
Come on. Anytime now. Whenever you feel like it. Oh, also Lancer Zero Hecarim. I do like that skin. Shoutouts.
Yeah, that's the only one I got too. Like,
I got a few Hextech ones.
Hecarim has such nice skins. I just have to say, Hecarim.
Am I the only one who thinks that Arcade is overrated?
It is, but I like it.
Okay, good. Like, I think I had it, and then I was like, alright, I hate it. I don't like y'all.
I have Lancer Zero. I have Worldbreaker, who looks like he's holding like Divine Thunder. And I have the OG Blood Knight, because that's what.
And apparently, the Hecarim is immediately complaining about the part where he got banned out. But honestly, like, how do you get banned out and still get Hecarim? That's not banning out.
Yeah,
they did you a favor.
That is true.
They did you a favor. They chucked a ton of bans away. Because you still got Hecarim
right now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you banned me out, but you only left me with the best jungler in the game right now. Like,
and plus your team has Morgana now, like. So I'm assuming they banned out the Diana and the Kazakhs.
Yeah, it looks likely, but still, You don't really complain when they leave you with Hecarim. Like, oh no.
Hecarim's like we said, Hecarim is like the best jungler in the game.
Yeah, by a pretty
Like-
significant margin too.
Yeah, I was like looking at it yesterday. I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know, Udyr's a good jungler, but Hecarim is
Like this
So
is
much better.
this is the daily
And-
reminder that this is a daily reminder that Hecarim has a 70% ban rate in Diamond and a 54% win rate. Like
It's 'cause- okay, because Hecarim is good at clearing. He's good at
he's good at
ganking.
everything. He's good at everything the jungle meta is
Team
right now.
fight. Yeah, and he's so good at team fights. Like he's so good.
He
in
can
team
farm.
fights.
He can sustain. He can win the crab fight. He can team fight. He can disrupt. He can
Yeah.
one-shot carries. Like he can do
Exactly.
everything that
And
you
he's
want
a
a jungle
tank.
to do. And he's a
And he's a
tank, yes.
tank.
And he abuses chem tank, which is amazing.
Yeah.
He is everything you can want. Like if there was a tier list, Hecarim is in his own tier at the very top, and then below that is like Udyr and Lilia, and then there's like everybody else.
Yeah. Like actually, Hecarim is insane. Like the game we played yesterday, I was like, man, I feel like if we played the first game of Hecarim, we might have won.
Like
In
Hecarim,
the
yeah.
second game, I was like, yeah, we won because we have
Hecarim's
Hecarim.
like, oh, we won. We have Hecarim. There's a reason that like everybody bans Hecarim. Oh, Darius taking a ton of damage actually very early on.
Go
he's-
back to the top lane.
No, he flashed. He flashed. He flashed. But he also dismounted the Kled. So now the Kled's actually in danger. Now he can't fight the Hecarim. Now he can't fight the Darius because he's been dismounted. Echo is going to force flash out, but the Hecarim, one more hit will do it. Yep, he does get it. First blood goes over to the Hecarim. The Udyr runs out of the jungle being like, what you do? But he can't quite chase down the horsey.
Chase the horse. You cannot chase down the
You
horse.
can't chase the horse. It is not possible. Level 3 gank pays off here.
Ooh, nice. Oh, Kled is
One more hit.
falling.
One more hit for the remount. No, word. Just kill a minion. Your courage bar is so full. Get the remount. Go back in and kill the guy. There's a remount. Is he gonna go for it? The bear trap lands, but he's not gonna follow up. That's disappointing.
Okay, well,
I hope you just
He
go
is
in and
gonna-
kill him, but also diving a
I don't-
Darius is quite dangerous because Darius
yeah,
can heal
I
off
was
you.
like, I don't think.
So yeah,
he should do
you
that.
don't want him to make it back to his tower. You want to kill him there if you can. But unfortunately, I believe the timing window has closed, and Darius is gonna get quite a bit of farm under this tower. Not unless he spins on the wave like that. That actually guarantees that he misses a few. Now Hecarim going for the CS. The Gromp is spitting in his face. Oh wait,
Oh.
I saw that coming. It's like, oh wait, like I don't know what he was expecting, but that's Hecarim dead. He's gold 4 by the way. You don't make that
Oh,
mistake
wait.
anymore.
He is not going chem tank.
Oh, he's not going cam tank. Ooh, that's also a mistake. Ooh. Okay, suddenly
Alright,
Hecarim's
Now
Hecarim
we're
not
on
so
team-
scary.
Now, yeah. Now we're like, red team's got it now.
Alright, he's not so scary anymore. What gold for a player dies to Gromp, man?
Yeah.
This is also the second day in a row now that we saw a jungler die to the jungle camps. Ferocious
Yeah.
stuff those things are. But seriously, you're gold 4! Oh my god.
Who died yesterday to what again?
The Amumu was trying to do like a blue
Oh, yeah,
buff and
the-
Gromp at the same time, and
yeah,
blue buff just slapped him.
I remember.
Yeah.
That.
Oh. I don't know, man. You don't play like this. Also, what is that sheen? Refund that stuff. Refund that. Get
No.
bombies.
Why we go chem tank? It's like
But
chem
still,
tank.
yeah. Well, blue team still has a lead despite all that because first blood money. Darius is actually super high up in CS. Darius is also a wild card because despite all the CC, you need really solid team fighting to bring down a Darius. You can't just you can't quite funnel into him, which seems to be like the default team fighting mode. It's like two cavalry armies running into each other, and then like there's a bunch of bodies that fall on the floor, and that's how they team fight. There's not really any nuance. It's just like running each other until one side dies. Darius is really good at that type of team fighting, so you have to kind of play around that. The way you team fight has to change pretty drastically to play around this Darius. Also, that's a dead Kled.
Yeah.
That pocket pistol was a mistake. It sent him to the edge of the blade to maximize Darius damage, and he does get the kill there. Parallel convergence goes down. Is it gonna drop in time? It doesn't! Darius gets level 6. One more execute will do it. Echo will get a counter kill, but it's a little bit too late. Hecarim goes for the kill.
Clay should have not went into that fight.
Yeah.
Due to
Well,
the wave.
first of all, don't
That
opt into
wave-
that fight. And second of
Yeah.
all, if you do opt into that fight, don't pistol out until you see Darius Q. Because if you bring yourself to his blade range, you die for sure. So that's another thing. Now Darius is actually a problem again. So
Yep,
he's
Yeah, the big thing was like there was a huge wave hitting Kled during that fight too.
yeah, exactly. That's not winnable.
That's not winnable.
So Darius is
Especially
doubling the
considering-
CS with 2 kills, 2-0, and Hecarim, despite his jungle mishap, is still super far ahead of the Woodier, who is rushing Merc Treads, which I don't like as the Woodier. Because you have Monkey's agility, all you have to do is just cycle through your stances, and you can catch up to most junglers. You can set up for any speed play you want anyway. The extra 800 gold, you could just spend it on Bomby Cinder, which is a significantly better way to spend that money. Because let's evaluate what this does. So this gives you 20 more movement speed. Monkey's agility as 3 stacks gives you 15. So you can get tier 2 boosts, quote unquote, from your kit directly. Just keep your stances up. And you already have tier 2 boosts for free. You don't have to pay 800 gold for 20 movement speed when 800 gold could go into Bomby Cinder, which honestly, if he had Bomby Cinder, he would have killed people. The burn damage is not a joke. The extra health helps you a lot. Because this health bar right now for a level 5 Woodier looks really slim. But despite that, he goes for the tier 2 boost rush, which on Woodier I don't like. I just think Bombies is a lot more mandatory. And the CC chain is coming down. The Echo is stunned up through Chrono Break, but he's still fine for now. Darius goes for the dunk. I don't think Kled dies. Nope, he dies. He doesn't have armor. That's the other thing. You can't stack health against Darius. You have to stack armor. You can't go for Bombies first. You have to go for something like Bramble Vest first in order to fully fight the Darius. Not necessarily for the rebound damage or the healing reduction, just so you can get armor. Darius will destroy you with Hemorrhage passive, more so than the guillotine damage, because if he gets 5 stacks on you, you're already dead. Also, Morgana gets the easiest kill of all time. We'll just quickly skip over that part. We'll just pretend we didn't see that. But yeah, you don't stack health against the Darius. You stack armor because yeah, his ultimate is true damage, but it's kind of on you to make sure he doesn't get 5 stacks on you to begin with. So the majority of your focus is actually on reducing the hemorrhage damage, which is actually in lane where most of his training power comes from. And armor is what you need to survive hemorrhage, because hemorrhage ticks on you very quickly and it just rips through health like nobody's business. But Bombies first is not the wrong buy per se. I just wish that was a Bramble instead. It probably actually helps
that's what I
him
was
more.
gonna say too. I was like, Bramble, because of the healing there does from
Oh,
Q.
also solo kill? Fourth tower shot? Yep. Unfortunately, the binding lasts a little bit too long. So what I would love to see is for Echo to actually be the person to rush the Merc Treads. Because for him, he actually needs that tenacity. He is quite close to Rocket Belt, which more power to him. He can finish that with decent speed. But what he really needs above everything else is movement speed. And in particular, the tenacity offered by Mercury Treads. That's what he needs to get out of the Morgana combo. Because Morgana can combo him for like 5 seconds straight because of the amount of CC she has.
But bot lane lost all their summoners in that last fight.
Oh yeah.
all four
All 8
members.
summoners are just blinking down. And we didn't even talk about it because I was too busy going over everything else. But yeah, 8 summoners expended.
During that one fight.
Yep, Hecarim is still jungling up a storm. He's quite fed, and the Darius is quite fed. So this is now an interesting problem-solving situation where you have fed cores on the top side. Now, how do you respond to that? We'll see what red team chooses to do here in this situation. There's a very correct way to do it and a very incorrect way to do it. So let's see what they do here. Hecarim is going to go top. Which honestly, he doesn't need to be up here. Kled is in enough danger as is. Him coming up here seems counterproductive. He could just be soloing Herald.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
He is actually gonna opt to run around Woodier's jungle looking for any camps to farm, but Woodier's not a slouch at farming either. So his search turns up nothing. And so far, he's already spent like 30 seconds just wandering around. Not the most efficient use of time. Echo will blink out, but he doesn't blink out the Soul Shackle's range. And now he doesn't have the Chrono Break. The Solar Flare lands down, but there is the root! The CC is too much! The magical shoes are bots, so now he needs the Merc Treads. I think it's...
I'm just so surprised Harold is still not...
Yeah. Harold's still not taken. Hecarim somehow spent 40 seconds top, and the Herald didn't die. So, and honestly, for Echo at this point, I would just put a pause on Rocket Belt. No! Not Lucidity! No!
You know, as an Echo player, I never get Lucidity. I never ever get Lucidity.
There's 3 boosts you consider for Echo. Steel Caps, Merc Treads, or more often than not, Stroke Shoes.
Yeah, for the killer, because you're a killer.
Every single stat website in existence, in Plat Plus, approximately like 0.5% of Echo players. Yeah, oh, wait. Well, actually, the server's fine. But back to what I said, like, in every stat website, approximately like 0 point something, like 0.5% of Echo players pick up Lucidity. It is...
Yeah.
Like, you're better off with Zerker Greaves. Like, that's somehow less troll than Lucidity. And now the Echo is trying to make a play happen. He does have the Chrono Break up. Can he get the assassination? No, he tosses his disc 90 degrees off. The Vayne will still try to burn off, but no, she will be fine. No burn there. The Seraphine is singing, so the Echo is zoned off.
Yo, chill. Just go back, Vayne. Go back.
Strikebreaker forward by the Darius, which, by the way, he has Strikebreaker, and Kled sitting on Bomby, so this game is over. The Q hits 2, and the Guillotine Dunk goes onto the Wudir. He needs Turtle! He needs Turtle! He didn't get Turtle. He didn't get Turtle up. There is a shutdown onto the Darius. Unfortunately, because Kled has no armor, oh, the Hemorrhage Burn doesn't kill him. It was so close.
And they kill Seraphine in the bot lane, though.
Yeah, they do kill Seraphine in the bottom lane. But that's actually a pretty good start. They do shut down the Darius. 3-man Soul Shackles. Ooh, the shutdown. It's what we said in Champ Select. You can go back and watch the whole stream in the rant on Champ Select that Morgana single-handedly shuts down all of Red Team. It is like, I'm so shocked that Morgana even got through pick and bans. Like, I'm not gonna repeat the stream in the rant from the Champ Select, but it did. Morgana Hecarim. It's all you need to beat Red Team. The rest of your team might as well be AFK and you can still probably win this. It's cherry on top that the Darius is in a really commanding position. This game is going from bad to worse here for Red Team, as their cores are getting shut down. There's a 1-2 class 3-6 Echo. He's died so much more than he's killed. Sivir commits ultimate, but honestly, it doesn't matter what you throw out. If there's a Morgana even around the vicinity, you are not killing the second room. So much of Red Team CC requires you to find someone physically and then apply it, and Morgana loves that kind of playstyle. She just casually waits, drops a black shield, and then all of your chase is gone, and then they turn the fight and kill you all. It's a nasty composition to fight into, and Red Team drafted just about the worst candidates for this job. Being this far behind also doesn't really do them any favors. It is 12-5. The gold lead is not game-breaking, but it is severe enough that, like, honestly, there's now a thought in the back of every player's head going, oh, I don't think we win this. Because, yeah, I don't think they win this.
Kled's getting stomped on.
He got armor, but he got it way too late. This is no longer enough. Because now you're sitting on the Bommy's component, which is the cheapest one of the two for going to Sunfires, and Darius is already sitting on Strikebreaker, so you are ultra screwed in this matchup. So now the name of the game is just no longer to fight him, but is to not die and then worry about the rest later. Is there even a game plan after that? You just temporarily don't think about it and just try to make the best of the remainder of the laning phase, and then after that try to think, oh, is there a way I can do to come back? But now it's just full-on survival mode. No more fighting the Darius, just start conceding stuff to him, get as much EXP and gold as you can before everything inevitably falls apart. And at that point, you start trying to look for maybe an answer if you can think of one. But this is not the time to. This is not the time to do this fight. Please don't do this fight. Oh, Udyr's dead. Udyr's dead. Darius chops his ankles down. Honestly, like if I was Darius, I just press R on him. I don't care if there's only 3 stacks on him.
I would have pressed like Hecarim on him too.
Yeah, I would have just pressed R on the Udyr and killed him. I'm surprised they let him go. That if you're entering the lane at that angle when there's a Hecarim rearing up and there's a Darius in your face, you don't survive that. Like I'm surprised. I'm surprised you just walked away. Alright, Triforce here, picked up by the Hecarim. He's going for another Phage. That's for Styrax, I'm assuming.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
That's still pretty scary. Like honestly, he doesn't need Chemtech anymore. He's fed enough.
Yeah, but still, Chemtech already does enough damage without Chemtech, but he's even more scary.
It's more like a flexing item now. Now I'm saying like I'm so ahead, I can Triforce and I can carry.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is insult to injury. Is that how you call it? Well, the Vayne is going to get chained up and CC'd, but the rest of the fight is coming down. The Encore will charms 3. The Sivir is in a lot of danger. The Hecarim also Shadows comes down. The Leona is super low. The stun is not going to be enough. Udyr has been sent on the run as well. Double kill going over. The Ghost is still running. The speed is there. Triple kill to the horse. Oh, and he's just going to make it over. Echo cannot. No, Echo, do not chase this. Rockabelt is not enough. That's a Hecarim. That's a Hecarim. Rockabelt is not enough. Never chase Hecarim. You can't. Hecarim is...
He's fast. He's a horse.
I mean, this is also the thing that you think about in Clash when you're banning comfort versus banning meta. Sometimes you just gotta ban meta. I would much rather play against a really comfortable Kha'Zix than a middling Hecarim. Because Hecarim just takes so much less to pull off.
Like we said many times, like at the beginning of this, Hecarim is the best jungler.
Yeah. The Kha'Zix is not, because honestly, when you look at a really scary scoreline for a Kha'Zix, you're like, oh my god, last game he went 34-3. We better ban that out.
You got Leona. You bought Leona this time.
Yeah,
like.
But you gotta also look at the circumstances around that. It was 33. He was 34-3. Sure, the rest of his team was feeding. They had 46 kills. He has 34 of them. That wasn't really a 1v9. That's him snowballing. And you can shut down a snowball. You can't shut down something that is perpetually good.
And like this time they got.
Yeah, and this game, like going with this draft, for example, if you're drafting things like Udyr and Leona, champions that are specifically designed to destroy dive assassins like Kha'Zix, you can just let the Kha'Zix through. He won't have that same game again. It's totally fine to be like, you know what? We have Leona, we have Udyr. Whatever a Kha'Zix wants to do, you can't. Not into these champions. So we're gonna bait you to have your comfort pick, and then we can destroy you. The alternative is so much worse because you spend all your bans on comfort, but now they have Hecarim, and now the game looks like this. It's
the onslaught of shadows.
Yeah. And with the game looking like this, there's honestly not a lot you can do in this situation, because I think everyone's been in a game position like this where the enemy Hecarim is just stampeding through the map and you're looking at him going, oh, now what?
I'm still surprised no one took Herald this game.
I'm still surprised too, but honestly the Hecarim's just farming champions. Speaking of farming champions, Morgana.
Oh, Morgana.
That wasn't even a Darius play. That was just Morgana lockdown.
Yeah, but like Darius pulled them in, you know.
Yeah, like,
Darius did some credit.
This game is terrifying to watch. Because I think that like even the players had the thought of like, oh wait, no, never mind, this game is just over. And from the caster desk, I'm looking at it going, oh yeah, no, this game is over.
Yeah.
Of course, when you're actually playing the game, the mentality is always like, oh, bro, try to play it out. Maybe they do something super dumb. Maybe we can come back.
Dude, it's so
the
hard
draft differential in this game is so severe. And now it's Red Team's turn. Yeah, it's Red Team's turn to pay all the bounties.
Morgana is a champion.
Morgana is a champion. Hecarim's a champion. All of them are champions.
Yeah. Morgana, like, okay, even if they just had Hecarim, even though Hecarim is already scary enough, they have Morgana, like.
Hecarim by himself probably doesn't. Hecarim by himself is already scary, but this draft is not playable. Like it comes down to that. This is not a draft that favors red team whatsoever. It seems like their bans and their actual picks, their bans and picks don't correlate. Cause
you can't stun anyone when Morgana up. You can't use a stun.
So champions like Udyr, champions like Leona, they punish they punish characters that have to dive to the back alone, aka Kha'Zix Diana. But if you ban Kha'Zix and Diana, you don't have to draft like this, because then you leave yourself open to be punished by a team that counters you, which is what blue team ended up doing. And now this Hecarim is just going to ride all over this Udyr and kill him off. This Kled has nowhere to go. The Joust doesn't go through the Hecarim, and the Hecarim's just going to speed ahead of him and kick him back. The Darius is going to strike breaker forward, the apprehend backwards. The pocket pistol will get him away, but only for a brief moment. Hecarim's still trying to go for it. The fight under the tower, he's very fit. He's just not going to die to that. He can't use the enemy base case, but he can sure just wait here for a while for the rest of red team to scramble response. They do scramble one, they tackle the horse and kill him off. Parallel convergence is dropped. It might not be enough. Darius doesn't have ultimate, but he has everything else. The damage is still there though. The healing is only a little bit. It's not enough to save his life. However, it doesn't solve their other major problem, which is Morgana, who isn't even building right, by the way. You don't second item Zions when you're ahead, but it doesn't even matter. She's quite strong right now, almost the leading Sivir with 1 QW. They find 2 kills, but at this point it seems like it seems too little too late, because they don't ultimately reverse their fate. They can't get a game-changing objective off these 2 kills. They also can't stop the push happening in any of their other lanes. Vayne is in a very safe position despite being halfway up the map, because the red team just doesn't have the map to play around with.
Yeah, and they lost 4 towers. So
it's 4 towers to 0, and at this stage, you just gotta turn. There's only one way out for you, and it is no longer your game to win, but the enemy's team to lose. So now you just wait for blue team to overcommit a few more times. Like when Hecarim gave 1,000 gold away, maybe he'll do it again. You know, like now you gotta hope for plays like that, because you no longer have the agency to make those sort of plays on your own. Now Leona is going to try to chase up. Zenith's Blade is very hopeful. Zenith's Blade. The Solar Flare will actually go out and connect onto the Morgana, but it is a mile away, so she just casually shrugs off the power of the sun. Parallel convergence is dropped. Echo, is he going to go for a Hail Mary? The answer is no, which is the correct play. Now blue team, 5 members strong, crashing down mid lane. And this is a very hard push to stop. Morgana is actually super far up. Zenith's Blade connects onto her, but there is gonna be a Seraphine Encore. It trumps up the ADC. Now the ADC needs to run. On the Hunt is still available, but she just hasn't used it yet. Echo needs to run for the side. He has no Chrono Break, and now the Hecarim is going to be able to chase him down, because Hecarim, and now the Echo has been tackled aside, killed off in the river. He does draw enough attention that blue team has stopped their push, but that is a very not worthwhile.
Why didn't you go to Baron?
Why would they Baron? That's the play that makes sense. Why would they do that play?
Yeah, that is true.
Wait, Morgana TP bot? Wait, Morgana TP bot?
You literally killed Echo and you killed Leona.
She teleported for 5 minions?
Okay, now they're going to Baron. You should have been to Baron. Hey, why you already chased Echo down there? You're already near Baron. Why did he go for ground instead of calling for Baron?
Exactly. Echo died outside the pit, and they're like, Baron, hello, and they just walk away. But now they're coming back for it. Now they actually do get it.
Yeah.
Morgana's pushing up a bot wave, but this is desync. This is why you don't TP into bot, because now the rest of his team resets, and Morgana's left high and dry. Red team is rapidly collapsing onto her. Can they make this happen? The stun is there, the Boomerang Blade is out, the Black Shield. A little bit too late, the CC is already all used. Soul Shackles gets perfectly disabled, and that's going to be a good catch onto the Morgana. They have bigger problems though. She TP'd into the lane, it's like, I gotta keep going, I guess. And then the rest of her team just reset and leaves her to die. She should have... Yeah, she needed to recall with Baron, but then, nope, she just goes in. The Udyr's a little bit too far up. He's just gonna die. But the Vayne gets popped like a Zed in the back. and now the Hecarim still running free. Where is the rest of the damage? It's not coming in. Kled starts to teleport, but the fight is already over before he arrives. That's such a late TP. The charge onto the back, but the Hecarim is the real problem. Darius is just not gonna die to this. Ooh. Darius can't die to this. The target selection is a little bit off. Quadra kill to the Hecarim, but that is to be expected, as Red Team just does not have the ability to kill Hecarim. They killed everybody around him because Hecarim is completely unkillable. They do get quite a few kills for themselves. They take Baron off 3 people overall. And this is 3 for 5. At this stage in the game, that's a plus for Red Team. They get some well-needed kill gold to try to produce some sort of solution. Although they haven't stripped Baron off the 2 most important members, a Darius who can apply split pressure, and the Hecarim who is killing everything. So it is interesting to see what their call is from this point. Because granted, despite all the dumb stuff that the Hecarim did, he's not going to overdive again. He can just stay with his team and auto-win the game. If he overdives again, that's on him. But he doesn't need to anymore.
I honestly think they can just like shove it down.
They still have 2 Barons, which is shocking that Hecarim is now farming his own jungle, which is just about the last place you want to be at.
Shut down bot to get the last like inner tower and like open up the map even more.
The last, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, you also don't even need that tower. You can just break the base.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Either
but
way,
even bot is a lot better. Even bot is a lot better than what Hecarim's doing now.
Yeah, shut down mid or bot. Like that's what I'm saying. Shut down either mid or bot. Instead of farming your jungle, no one cares about jungle farming right now. Oh no.
Oh no, Kled overextended, he jousted forward. Hecarim's more than happy to answer to this fight. Sivir's in a really bad position, she needs to walk up and reposition, which means she's done no damage. Now she's walking face first into Morgana, the tethers will break, but not before Kled dies. Sivir's walking around the wall, now she needs to flash away. Leona has arrived, but the Leona can't quite peel this off. The solar flare connects, but not until Black Shield comes down as well. No more CC can be applied. Hecarim casually walks away, the solar flare slow is not enough to affect him. And meanwhile, top lane, Echo just cannot join that fight because the Darius has been keeping him busy. Bearman starts the recall and he's going to go back to a fountain. That was a 1-for-1, all things considered. Yeah. Which is shocking, considering given the way that fight went, Red Team should have been aced. But they only died one man.
Shadows.
Like, given the way that fight was started, I'm so shocked that only Kled died. That should have been a wipe.
Yeah.
Now Echo is going in for the Morgana. Ooh, not quite. Not quite. Hecarim's still gonna try something. Seraphine gets chunked to half, solar flare, no stun. See, it seems like Red Team's trying so many of these plays, but none of them are working. Because you can't try these plays around the Morgana, and you can't try these plays on the Hecarim. But those are the only 2 people that you can that are even offering themselves to you at this stage in the game. Now blue team is cruising on the most casual 13,000 gold lead of all time.
Yep.
They seem to be in no rush to end the game. They're like, oh yeah, we'll wait till Elder to end this game because they're not starting a push. They're not killing people, and they're actually breaking even in these team fights. It's giving Red Team a lot of breathing room. The problem is they need more than this. Like, they need a lot more breathing room than this. They need blue team to all disconnect for like 10 minutes. But it's still giving them a ever so slight ticket to try to find a solution. Granted, I've gone on record many times to say that this game is completely unlosable for blue team. I've said that as early as Champ Select, that blue team just physically cannot lose this game. And it is looking that way, like they can stall this game out and still win, because the champions that you are playing into Red Team shuts them down so hard that you could even, like, the scoreboard could be reversed and blue team would still not lose this game. They need a lot more than just being able to fight someone for Red Team to find a way to win this.
Rallies? Why should go rallies, Morgana?
Ooh. So demonic embrace is just not in the just not in the game
Yeah.
anymore apparently because Morgana is not buying it.
Yo, I would so rush demonic if I was in her position.
Like honestly, like Zarya's second is already wrong. Rylai's third is even more wrong.
Where is it demonic? That was my
I hope that
question.
Amtome is demonic, but in the meantime, we're probably not gonna find out because this game is about to end. Once again, Vayne traded for the Udyr. It's about the similar power levels between the two, really, which is saying a lot because Vayne is literally invisible this game.
Oh, that
the
Echo win.
3-man spin into the onslaught. Kled goes for a Hail Mary charge, but the Echo's already dead. This looks pretty bad. Wait, blue team? Where are you going? Blue team?
They go to dragon.
Why are you going there?
Why didn't they take the base and then go dragon?
Why don't you
know?
just kill 2 inhibs and then dragon?
Exactly. Take the base, then go dragon.
That's
Dragon is already
frustrating.
yours. There's no way Udyr is gonna contest you for dragon anyways at this point. Because they
Like blue
physically
team physically
cannot.
can't lose. Physically
Yeah.
cannot lose. They could be
Yeah,
the ones
right.
that 10,000 go down. They are still gonna win this game. This is not like a skill difference. I don't think blue team is necessary. I don't think blue team are necessarily better players than red team. In fact, a lot of these
Yeah.
times, I think individual decisions from red team happen better. The problem is they draft themselves into this massive corner that Kled in no world beats Darius. Udyr in no world beats a Hecarim like that. Echo in no world beats Morgana. Leona in no world beats Morgana. And Seraphine Vayne can just do whatever they want. Like, you're seeing the expected
we don't
result.
we are ignoring the bot lane. Like,
Yeah,
we're
you're seeing the
actually
expected
ignoring
result.
the bot
Seraphine Vayne may as well not exist. This could be a 3v5 and the result is the exact same. But
Yeah.
you drafted yourselves into completely unwinnable matchups, and this is the result. You just
Oh,
can't win the
no.
game. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Udyr's been taken out.
Not say Sammy
It's-
Madison's encores, but other than that,
It's pretty bad. Ooh, the dark binding lands from afar. Echo goes for a chunk, but that chunk may cost him his life. Chrono Break back up. Now the Morgana goes in for a play. The Kled charges backwards into the Hecarim, but it's not going to be enough. Blue team is destroying the competition, and they erase red team off the face of the map. GG is called in game 3. And the towers are falling. The inhib is falling. The game is falling. Everything is just falling. But Team TRE once again takes a somewhat respectable second place finish. Honestly, can't be too mad about it. Second placement back to back is nothing to sneeze at, and
Yep.
it is a very, very good result. So the first 2 games Shurima Cup overall very successful here for Team TRE. But for now, it is the end of day 2 once again. Hecarim says stop banning my champs as if they didn't do you a favor. And
yeah,
that
they actually
is
do a
going to be
favor,
the end
man.
of the game. And that's going to also end the coverage for Clash Day 2. In 2 weeks, we'll be casting day 3 and 4 of Shurima Cup, and we hope to see them again.